Hey guys,
Hi.
welcome back to another
Hello.
episode of Let's Talk About It.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this week. I have a little surprise that'll
Yeah.
come up in a minute. But yeah, this is a podcast to talk about all things Christianity regarding church, religion,
And all the above.
culture, everything. Just not typically talked about. Opinion-based podcast. We're all going to say what we think about it. And if you disagree, leave a comment, subscribe, like, or unlike. You know,
Or
we just
DM
need
us
traction
and let
on
us
the
know, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we can talk about
Let's
it.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I am your host for today. I'm Meilyn. I'm here with, who wants to start?
Gaby.
Gaby. Okay, you go.
I'm Keilyn.
And I'm Erwin.
Yeah, new
Yeah.
guest.
Hey.
I think you're
For the
our
first time.
Yeah, but
Hey.
our first male guest.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Wow.
you get the
Nice.
privilege. So if you're bad, then maybe
Okay.
we won't
Then
have
no
the
more
male.
guys?
No, that's it. We cut it off.
You gotta
Yeah.
set the, you gotta
That's
set
the
the
blueprint.
standard.
Yeah. So if you do good, then we'll have more. But if you don't,
I'll do my
that's
best.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll,
Okay.
we'll be the judges. No, I'm just kidding. Comment down below if you think you should come back or not.
Or if you want to appear, just let us know.
Yeah,
Comment
just
down
let us
below
know.
as well.
Yeah, if you want to come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's start. Who wants to start with their one good thing this week?
I'll do it. Okay. We finally, I took
Who's
advantage of
we?
sorry.
Okay.
I finally started going to the gym more
I've
more
been
continuously.
going with
Consistently?
Gabby. We
Yeah.
went 3 times this week.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
nice.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
At
Wow.
we go at like 7 a.m. So like,
Well, I get there at 6:23, but
okay, that's a
it's
lot.
okay.
Well, because Gabby
Mm,
works
it's a
nights
lie.
and I
Okay.
wake up out of my bed. You know,
That
it's
makes sense.
harder for me.
Yeah. But either way, we still go early in the morning and we actually do workouts and we're feeling it.
No, yeah.
So, yeah.
If
Nice.
anyone knows
Nice.
me, I have always said that I would never get a gym membership
Yep.
because I don't like it. And then Gabby convinced me. And my
Yeah.
mom's like upset about it. She's like, you go with Gabby, but she won't go with me.
Like,
The
Crazy.
same.
Dude,
I'm also the same
no,
thing.
yeah.
I've
too.
tried to convince her to go with me so many times, and yet she goes with Gabby, not with her own sister.
Sorry.
Wow.
That's
wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's because we're twins. I have no other answer. I have no other response.
Yeah.
No,
You're the
other
twin
response.
too.
Yeah.
That's funny.
You would get it. You
Yeah,
have a
so
twin.
yeah, I
You
get it,
know?
I get it,
Yeah. Who's next?
You can go.
Erwin?
Okay, I'm thankful because I guess I felt like God helped me in my job this week.
Okay.
Okay.
How? You gotta give us more. You can't just
Yeah,
say
what?
that.
Okay.
No details.
I'll,
Context.
He's
it
an
might
architecture.
It might sound
Architect?
irresponsible, but
Architect.
there was
Architect.
a job I didn't want, like a responsibility I didn't want to fall on me, and it
Okay.
didn't fall on me. So
Oh,
Okay, that's a
Hey.
really good. Yeah, no, I
Sababo
feel you.
Grito.
Honestly,
Did you pray about it?
Oh.
actually I did it.
Did
But-
you not?
But you're gonna thank God for
Of
it,
course
right?
I will. Of
Yeah,
course.
God,
yeah.
God was
Part
there.
of
He
it.
was listening.
Yeah.
He was listening.
You
put his hand
understood what
on
I
it.
wanted.
He
you
knew
know?
what was in your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, honestly, it's been a really tough week just because I just came back from a trip.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So
A
getting
trip of
back
like
into
20.
the rhythm.
No, literally.
Yeah, it was.
Keilyn's been
I've
gone like
been
every
go-
weekend.
Yeah, I've been gone for a long time, so it was hard getting back into the rhythm. And specifically, this week I was planning vespers for my class, and it was really like last minute, even though we didn't want it to be last minute, and there was a lot of stress surrounding it. So, we had it, and it was really good. A lot of people showed up, and like everybody was really happy about it. So that was my one really good thing this week. Like
That's
good.
I feel like I can breathe now. Oh my god.
I love it. I
Cool.
love it. Okay, I'm excited. So I'll go with my good one thing. But first, I want you to like put your arms out and like
Okay.
close your eyes, and I'll go get it. Really quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
I'm
scary. Isn't it
scared.
different?
I'm scared because this could be anything.
Yeah, knowing Meilyn.
Literally.
Dios mío. My stomach is about to growl. I'm sorry.
You think it's gonna be food?
Hopefully.
I don't think it's food. Is
I
it
hope
food?
it's food. I don't think so, though.
She wouldn't get us food.
Yeah, no, we're on a podcast. We can't do ASMR. Well, unless you guys want it, we can.
This feels weird. What is this?
I'm scared.
What the heck?
I'm
What
scared.
is this? I don't want to drop it, but I don't.
My hands are cramping, man.
Wait, don't look.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
this feels weird.
I don't know if I like this.
Are you
Don't
okay?
break something.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
man.
ready? 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. We hit 50.
Oh, this is
awesome.
cute.
That is so
That's
adorable.
cool.
Yeah, we hit 50 subscribers
That's
this past
awesome.
week.
Oh
so
my gosh.
Listen, I'm a person that likes to celebrate the little things,
Yeah.
and to me, I didn't think this was gonna get more than like 10
Aw.
subscribers. You know,
Oh my
so hitting
God.
50, you know, I had to, you know,
it's a milestone.
Nice.
you know, yeah. I was like, we
Yeah.
gotta celebrate it.
Yeah.
The small
We might not get more than
victories.
50. So this might be it for us.
This is so cute.
You know,
I'm
but
gonna-
yeah,
Gosh, these are really good. Nothing bundt cakes.
yeah, they're pretty
These
good.
are really, really good. I recommend.
So I can't eat
It's a
them
little
now.
No,
post-
yeah, you
post-
sorry.
post podcast.
Sorry, but
Yeah,
here,
after
but
this,
This is so
after
cute.
this,
No,
we
for
can-
real.
everyone
Yeah,
can
nice.
see my
I like
work.
it.
Now you're gonna
But
attempt this
yeah.
whole podcast.
Well, yeah, so maybe you'll give me good insights.
So is there another one coming up when it's 100?
Hopefully,
Maybe.
I'm
if we
coming
make
on
it to
that one.
100, yeah, make sure to.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll get
If,
to
they-
100.
if this video gets to the 100,
Yeah,
Okay.
like it
maybe
gets us
maybe
that
we'll
100
be there next week.
subscribers.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll be there
Yeah,
next week.
that's
Hopefully.
awesome.
Never
maybe
know.
you're the key.
No, but yeah, my
You
dad
never
was
know.
like, "Oh, you're showing off." I was like, "It's not showing off. I feel
No.
like it's
It's
something
nice.
small."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
It's
our
a-
first video has like 300 views, and I thought we weren't even gonna get more than 50. So I'm very excited.
It's a token
Yeah.
of gratitude. Too,
I think so, yeah.
Mhm.
And
Thank
to
you, guys.
all the hosts or co-hosts that came on,
Mhm.
and to all the viewers, you know, because like literally,
And the
literally
commenters.
would not
Yeah.
The
be-
ones who comment too.
No, yeah,
We see
Yeah,
you. We
um,
hear.
It puts us in the algorithm.
Thank you for talking about it.
Haiti, right?
Yeah, Haiti.
Haiti,
Haiti.
we love you.
We love you, Miss Girl.
We love you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks for all
Thank
your
you for
comments
watching.
and support. We can't wait for your podcast.
You gotta.
Yes.
you weren't there. You
You
weren't there.
weren't
You
there.
wouldn't get
Okay,
it. You wouldn't get
okay.
it. We'll tell you later.
It was
We-
a trauma bond.
But yeah, we love
did
you.
trauma.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a story for a different
Well,
podcast.
Yeah, later.
We
Tell me
can give
later.
a little
Yeah,
recap.
we'll talk about
like,
it.
we went to digital missions, like
Ministry.
ministry, for
Yeah.
a weekend in Fort Myers.
In Fort Myers.
There was a shooter that came on
Oh,
during
Yeah.
church,
Mm-hmm.
but she went to the thing, and we had told her about our podcast, and I think she's our first subscriber.
She was our
Yeah.
first
She's
subscriber.
commented on all our videos, so she's
Yeah.
like
Love her.
watching. So we
She's
love her
love
so much.
you.
She's gonna start her own podcast, so
Yes.
she gotta let us know so we can link it down below. and-
Yeah, we'll shout
Give
her
her a
out.
shout out, yeah.
Too, yeah.
But
Love her.
anyways, back to what we got going on today. Today we're doing Adventist education.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know?
We all had a history with that.
Yeah, so I guess we can start out by saying how much Adventist education we have, because we all have like different levels of.
Mm-hmm.
Keilyn, you want to start? I think you have the most.
I
I
do.
guess
I
it's
think I
like-
do have the most. I've been
You're still
in
in it.
Adventist, and I'm still in Adventist education. I've been in there since kindergarten to now 12th grade. So it's like
Crazy.
what, like 14, 15,
all the way.
15.
You went all the way.
15
Yeah.
years.
all
Yeah.
the years.
Wow.
All years, yeah.
That is crazy.
And I've been to technically three
Two.
schools.
Three.
Because I was from kindergarten
yeah,
to
she was
8th
at
grade.
FLBS.
I was at Forest Lake Education Center,
Mm-hmm.
which is like a little Christian middle school or elementary middle. And then my freshman year of high school, I was at a public school. I was online,
She was on out.
so it really
FLBS. She was
wasn't
homeschooled
public.
for a year.
I was
I'm her own
homeschooled.
sister, and I forgot that. So
Yeah,
it was during
I
COVID
didn't
though.
even
That's
know
my
that.
excuse.
it was a COVID
Yeah, it was
year.
COVID.
So
Oh.
I ended up staying home, and then I
2020.
went back to FLA, which is the Adventist high school,
Mhm.
my sophomore, junior, and now my senior year.
Wow. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Well,
Crazy.
I'll go next because I think we're sitting in the order.
I
of,
think
like,
so.
You know?
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
Gabby,
yeah.
you had more than me?
I think so.
I think
Maybe,
so.
yeah.
Oh, maybe. Well, we're about to
We'll
find
see,
out.
we'll
Yeah.
see.
We'll see.
So I went to public school, and then I went from 4th grade all the way up to 12th grade.
Mhm.
So a little bit less than Keilyn, but still have a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think you might have more than me because
No.
I went from 6th grade to
Oh,
9th
maybe.
grade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
that's
four-
6, 7,
4
8,
years?
9th, 4
Yeah,
years.
that's 4 years.
Okay. I went from 3rd grade to 8th,
To 8th grade. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So you
okay.
do have more. You do have
Yeah.
more, yeah.
Slightly more. Well, that's
I'm the
Yeah.
one that has the least.
Fun
amount.
fact, we had some of the same teachers.
Yeah, we did.
Well,
All
did
of
you-
us.
All of us? You had
did you have
Miss Stafford?
Stafford?
I didn't have Miss.
No, Miss Stafford.
I had Stafford.
I
I
had.
had
Yeah.
Stafford.
I've
We
had them
Broom.
as.
Yeah.
I've
That's
had
mine.
them
Pass.
as substitute teachers just because they
Andrea.
already. I had Mr. Andrea.
Yeah.
A lot of the teachers that they had retired, so they became.
calling us. Oh,
Yes, I'm calling them old, but also they became substitute
Crazy.
teachers. So
They did.
I've still experienced them, just not as.
Yeah, you know,
teacher
Not on the
substitute.
day-to-day.
Mr. Broom is still a substitute teacher, right?
Yeah, I don't
Mr.
see him as
Broom.
much
Crazy.
anymore.
With his
though.
rocks.
Yes.
His
Yeah,
rock
he's still-
machine.
Oh my god, that thing would just go on and on. Did he do that during your
No,
time?
I don't
He had
remember.
like he was like a science teacher for all of you out there,
Science
and
and
he
math.
had like
No.
one of those like rock cleaning machines, like
Okay.
in the back of his classroom, but he wouldn't turn it off. You can't turn it off because like it has to clean. It was like
I don't remember that. I don't remember
Well,
that.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go. So kind of like what Do you think it shaped you in any way? Good experience, bad experience? Tell
What?
us.
Like,
Adventist as a whole, did you come out of it with a good experience, a bad experience?
Personally, I had a blast. Cause
I thought you were gonna say a bad, and then you said blast. And I was like, oh, okay.
no, it was fun. Like, I got to learn about a couple more things that I didn't think I knew about the Bible at school.
Okay, yeah.
Because went more in depth. Those actual Bible classes that we had to do.
Yeah.
But in shaping me, it did shape me, but educational wise, except for like the Bible class, it kind of messed me up in a way. Because at least for like transcripts and stuff like that, to transfer into public school, the credits weren't the same.
But would you say that was just like that freshman year you had at FLA, or like your middle school year?
No, that was
just FLA.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in general, like the teaching and stuff, it was okay. Like I don't know if it's a future question.
You can.
But like in comparison to public school and private school, like education wise, public school would be more not readily accessible, but like more advanced.
Yeah.
And it will help you out in the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think there's different things that you can compare. Like,
I don't know if we're going to get into comparisons later or
because
not.
saving your life is getting you way farther than education. But you know, I'm just kidding. Okay. But go ahead.
That can be debated.
Go ahead. No, of course.
Keilyn wanted to say something.
Oh, I was just going to say, like, I was at a public school for 1 year, and it was like I taught myself majority of the time. And honestly, Adventist education, I think it did shape me. I don't have much to compare it to. I will admit. So like I can't really like say like, oh yes, like I'm a better person because like I don't know what I'm gonna compare it to. However, the 1 year that I was on online education, it was different. I took a biology class, and I think that was the first time where I was like, what is going on with, like, because they talked about evolution, and they fully believe in evolution. And I didn't.
But they talk about evolution.
Yeah,
like Adventist
they do,
schools.
but they didn't go in depth as they did. So I felt like a little bit like, huh, this is kind of weird. Like I felt like I was truly, like, I don't know, out of it. So I guess it's like a little bit going off of the question. However, I think Adventist education, it's good at like teaching you morals and teaching you like certain things that you won't get in a public education. But like you were saying, like academically wise, I think Adventist education needs to step it up a little bit. But they also teach, like, I feel like they both teach different things. And it just depends what you want.
Like in Adventist education, it will always tie back to the Bible and to Jesus. And it's not a bad thing.
It really isn't. And honestly, like, having that experience, I see like, okay, the Bible does, at least for me, it makes more sense. And I appreciate that experience because I was able to kind of like be like, oh wait, so now you see the two faces of the coin. Like you see the both sides, and you're like, oh, okay, now I can build my own beliefs because I know both. And not to say that Adventist education doesn't do that, but I think like sometimes it doesn't go as in depth because of like the fear, whatever. But yeah. That's kind of like my point.
How did it?
Okay.
Good or bad experience?
I'll say, just overall, pretty
Average?
good experience.
Oh, okay.
Pretty good, I guess. But I think maybe it's always like that thing where like you kind of look back and always look at the positive. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I feel that.
So because maybe
You never remember the bad times.
maybe you don't remember the bad times. But in terms of like what Gaby was saying, definitely once I switched over to public school, I felt like it was much more focused on actual knowledge and education.
It's more rigorous too, I think.
Then I think the Adventist system, because this Adventist system, I know like you said, it's spiritual, which is important, but they kind of lack that the edge on what is the academic side, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but I mean, I wasn't in high school for the Adventist, but the question is there an honor class? Is there an AP class?
It depends. It depends the high school that you go to, but FLA currently they have honors classes. They have a lot of honors classes.
College classes.
They have college, like they have dual enrollment, but it's not like public school where like it can be.
No, because
it's not like public school where like you can choose like whatever like
what school
like for example, you can do it with.
I wanted to do dual enrollment.
Yeah.
I was gonna do it with Seminole, of course, because that's where I went after the community college here. And when I like registered, it's still a community college.
No,
Anyway,
it's not.
It was
a
a
state
community college when I
It's
went.
a state college.
It's a state college.
When did you go? When I went, it was a
Sorry.
state
I
college.
don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yikes. But like I signed up to the class. I
Yeah.
had the class. I had the time in my schedule to go to that class. First day of class at FLA, they were like, what class are you going to? We dropped you out of that class.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had to take it at FLA.
Yeah.
So they have like their things. I'm not saying that they don't, but at least for me, I think I had a good experience.
Yeah.
It's
But maybe it is. I just remember the
they
positives.
do.
But
They don't.
well, I can't remember some
I
of the
feel bad
negatives,
for cutting
but-
you
Yeah,
off,
I
but
was saying.
they
Go
don't have AP classes,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
like is what you would expect. Like it's not that advanced, but their honors classes are rigorous.
But
At
I
least
thought-
for
I
me, they've
thought
been
AP
rigorous.
classes in general were just like harder, but like they don't do anything for you. Like it's just a harder class.
No,
I
I
It
think
goes to your credit.
you do get some college credits.
Yeah,
Oh,
it,
okay,
it gives
okay.
you college
So-
I
credits.
didn't know that.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that either.
So
And they
if
have
you
a-
take enough credits, you actually have to do less schooling when you get to college.
Mhm.
Oh,
wow.
okay.
I
And
didn't
it
know
also
that.
helps with dual enrollment too, in a way.
Yeah. Well, it
Interesting.
depends at what year you went. At least at our Adventist high school, because one of our friends, he graduated with his associates and his high school degree. Andrew.
Oh
Not to
yeah,
come out,
I'm like,
but
what are you?
it-
And
no,
he
yeah,
went
like-
to
Okay.
yeah,
It-
and
I
he went
think
to
it-
high school.
I
with
think
us,
it
so-
really does
Mhm.
depend on the Adventist high school that you go to.
Mhm.
However, FLA is one of the biggest Adventist high schools there are
More
in
well
the
known,
country.
yeah.
Yeah.
in the country.
Yes,
I feel
I've
like
been
that's
to.
a big statement.
No, but it's true.
Okay. Well, I didn't
Where's
know
the
that.
evidence?
Yeah, can
I don't.
pull up the article.
I've been
Yeah.
to. I have a lot of stories. Like
That's not
What?
enough.
Whatever.
A
I've-
story is not a fact.
Okay, whatever. But it is one of the bigger schools. So it,
Okay.
in that area, like academically, like it doesn't help you advance as much.
Yeah, and it kind
But
of messes you up.
I don't know. There's another side to it, like trips and stuff, which we can get into later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point. I'll move on to the next question because I feel like we're kind of into it. Did anything stand out from going to Adventist to non-Adventist, like, or coming from non-Adventist to Adventist? Like, for me, one of the things that really stood out, and maybe it doesn't have to do with Adventist education necessarily, but because I was Adventist in public school, I couldn't go to any of my little friends' birthday parties because they were always on a Saturday. I like did like Halloween crafts, and I didn't know any better. I would draw. I love drawing. Like I was like, my mom would be like, "Es el diablo," you know, like, and I'm like, I'm sorry, like, you know, like anything stand out really?
No, not really. Other than like you have to wear uniforms.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, I'll tell you what I think. The uniforms is easy to get past. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
But
whatever.
I think one thing that really shocked me was that I didn't see in anything that at the Adventist college was the school spirit. You know what I mean? I feel like school spirit in a public school is more intense.
Yeah, it is.
I can agree with that.
It's like it was night and day.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, no,
when
yeah,
I
I
was
can see that.
in an elementary, it was like, oh, school fine, but the other is like
Okay,
like
but
school.
you're
team,
also
school
comparing.
spirit.
You're also comparing like middle school to high school. Like
No,
you
no,
know
no,
what I
but
mean?
not
Like
only that.
No, because I can.
no, but I
can
do
agree.
agree. I do
No, no,
agree.
no.
It's more intense. Like they're more into it. But
And
I
it's
think it's
more-
because those
yeah.
like athletes can like further their athletic career, so they take it more
That's
seriously.
true.
You know what I
No,
mean?
I
think-
agree. I get
That also
that,
ties
but
back
also
to how Adventist in education lacks in that.
yes.
No, I agree. Yeah. No, I
that's another
yeah.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
no,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna get into it.
Yeah.
Like,
You
sports.
You can
That's fine.
finish. Let him finish his
Sorry,
point.
sorry.
No, the school spirit, it kind of blew me away because I wasn't expecting so much like
Yeah.
passion for
Mhm.
sports or
Mhm.
any kind of school thing.
Did
know
you
what
get
I
to like any football games or anything?
I did actually
did
did
too.
one to one.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
did. I did more. I went to more when I was still at FLA than when I went
that's
to.
interesting. 'cause
Wow.
Weren't
Really?
they
Dang.
on the Friday nights?
Oh.
Not the one-
I don't think so.
The one I went to
Not
was
all of
Friday
them.
Yeah,
evening.
no.
All of them, yeah.
Friday evening, not Friday night.
Right before
Right before
sunset.
sunset.
Like,
Those
it
I
was
left before.
intense. Like people would have like spirit weeks like almost every other month.
Yeah.
Like, you would
Yeah,
like come
no.
in and like
I
they
should
did,
have
like,
gone.
No,
I
hand
don't know. I never
raising.
did.
I will
and
say,
stuff. It
like
was
I've
cool.
seen a lot of people. Like I follow a lot of people who go to public schools, and when they post pictures of like specifically like my senior friends that go to a public school, I'm like, dang, I kind of wish like we could have done that. And I think at least my senior class has tried to incorporate a lot more of like the like public school like events or stuff like that, because we started doing powder puff.
Which
Which
is
is
where
more
the girls
which is-
play
it's like
football
a
and the
girls'
guys are
football
like the
team.
cheerleaders.
but it's a very popular thing in
even
public
though we
school.
don't have a
It
football
is.
team, but you know it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very popular thing in public schools, and like there's other things like that where like we're trying, but it's not the same. It
No,
really
okay,
is not the
okay,
same.
but I am glad that I went to an Adventist school only because I love playing volleyball. That's the sport I love. If I would have gone to a public school, I wouldn't have. First off, like, I wasn't gonna be able to play. You know what I mean?
I
Because
think
they play
It's
Saturdays,
so
they play their
competitive.
weekend. You know
Okay,
what
I
I
see
mean?
what
That's what I
you're
mean.
saying.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not saying.
like,
You're gonna say I was bad?
No, I was gonna say, Meilyn, don't sell yourself short.
No,
Really, really
no,
good.
no. Like, but I mean, like, thank you. No, I mean, like, just because I always wanted to play like club and stuff, but
Yeah.
they play on weekends, and it's like,
Yeah.
no one wants you on a team if you can't play for an entire day. You know what I mean?
And it's
And, like, that
Our
don't
best
hurt.
player is never here.
Yeah, literally. Come back on Sunday.
I
She'll
think
be back,
also
you know?
it's not necessarily like just a religion thing. It's we're so involved with church. It's like
Yeah.
you're torn between. It's like, well,
I
what
can't
do
do
I
this
do?
because I have
Yeah.
this. I have responsibilities,
Yeah.
and it's
I don't know.
hard.
Maybe that's just me though, because like I don't know. I feel like I really liked playing volleyball. It was like one of the highlights for me. So if I had to like take volleyball out of my high school like career or
Yeah.
whatever, like it's like missing a big chunk. So if I would have gone, I mean, I think if I would have gone to public school, I would have been a different person. Maybe. Well, maybe not a different person, but I think I would have gotten bullied.
Billy.
Billy, what's that?
What's bullied?
No.
I'm getting bullied right now.
In like high school?
Maybe.
No, I mean,
I'm a
what depends on which
pushover.
school
I
you
don't think
were
so,
to
Meilyn.
go.
Sometimes she is.
Not honestly.
I
I
can
know,
be
but-
This
that.
is my experience in Brantley. Like, there was
Really?
no bullying.
Wait,
of
it's
the
not like the
sort.
shows.
Wait, that's my next question.
Okay.
How many fights did you see?
Oh,
I saw
I don't
like
know in your time, but in my time.
how many, Gabby? You tell me how many.
No, you start.
I think I saw total in the 4 years I went like 4 or 5 fights.
Dang.
That's
and
a
like
lot.
and like 3 of them were like I saw them from far, and by the time I got there,
And
it was out.
done.
It was over.
That's crazy. Gabby?
I know that, like, the 3 years that I was there, because I only went for a sophomore to senior. Even like in senior didn't really count because like COVID hit.
Yeah.
But like there were a couple fights. Almost, it was a point where like in the 3 months there was like at least 3 a week.
Wow.
It was
That's
weird. I don't know what
intense.
happened,
What?
but people were just
What was
going
in
at
the
it.
air?
It was like girls against girls, girls against guys, guys against guys, cliques against cliques. It was like what?
wait,
Cliques, like groups of people
Groups
against
of people, like yeah, like because like like someone would date with somebody and then the girl was like her. It was just drama.
Wait, did you ever see a wig getting snatched?
No, but I saw hair on the floor.
Like
Yes.
real hair or like
Human hair, but like I don't
Oh,
know,
like
like,
in braids?
tracks or stuff like
Yeah,
that.
tracks.
Okay.
Not strong
That's-
shade, but like
That's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
You never
painful
know.
though. Like
It
that
is.
sounds really good.
ugh.
Yeah. But it was a time, and then it was to a point where it would be happening, and people would like look, and then just keep on
Just
going to
not
their class.
even. That's
Dang.
insane. Count how many fights did you see?
I only ever heard, oh, let's fight. Never happened. Never
I
I
happened.
think-
saw
think-
one fight.
Really?
I saw 4 years of high school.
I
I saw
heard.
one fight,
No.
2 kids, 1 slap. It was over.
No, I think what happens with that is the school's so small
That's
That
true.
is
that
true.
there's not
very
enough like people to
No,
have
but we were
actual
hyped.
drama.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
wanted there to be. Well,
Oh,
there was
yeah,
there
for
was a lot of
sure.
drama,
There
but,
was
like,
drama.
There was
Well,
drama.
no,
but
I
was
mean like
drama.
at the level
yeah,
of
yeah.
It's
you know,
never-
Everybody
it
knows
never gets
everybody. Or,
physical.
like, you know,
Yeah.
there's teachers everywhere. Yeah.
There, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
We're
there's-
laughing
teachers
about it,
always
but
say.
these are like
It's true.
serious things, you know.
Yeah.
A
A lot of threats that it would involve
That-
the actual
okay, that's
police
what I was
to come
gonna
on
ask,
campus
like,
too.
How much? Okay, because some people will be like, I don't put my kid in public school because they see drugs. They're gonna get into drugs.
They're gonna
That's
get drugs
not-
everywhere.
drugs are
They're
everywhere.
drugs everywhere.
I'm in
I
an
know there's-
Adventist school and I've seen drugs. Like,
Like, you didn't tell me that.
it's not. It's not
You
like.
didn't go to that. You're in the same
Well,
class.
I didn't see.
It's not
I
like-
did see drugs in. I imagine.
It's not like there's people doing like cocaine on the table. Like there's
Yeah.
it's not like that.
No.
But like, drugs is gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
No matter
No, but
what,
I'm-
it's
Yeah,
gonna be
well,
anyone
that
who
was
everywhere.
my
thinks that
question.
there's no drugs in Adventist school is mistaken.
No, yeah.
Or that
Heavily
there's
mistaken.
anything really bad happening.
Okay, not heavily. I think
cover it.
there's.
yeah.
Well, maybe it's
yeah.
because there's more people.
True,
but
true.
how often did you see drugs in public school? Just to have like a comparison, because I saw it once in my 4 years. But maybe that's because like
For me, there'd be kids vaping in the back of the class.
in the back of the class.
that's
really
bold.
Very
Actually-
bold.
In college,
Like
now,
they'll
I
be
see
like
people
they'll,
vaping
like,
all the
put their
time.
head-
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. They'll put their heads like on the desk, like, and then they're just like. Yeah, there'll be kids buying it in the corner of the 7-Eleven. They'll be buying it
Dang.
there.
Oh right, because the 7-Eleven's like right down the street.
That was like the hub. I used to go there too in the mornings, like
To get it.
No, to get my
Whoa,
the
Gabby.
tequila
Whoa.
thing, a tequila thing, and then a Dr. Pepper.
So breakfast.
Yeah, my
Ew.
breakfast. That was what I had to
A
do with.
Dr.
Dr.
Pepper for
Pepper.
breakfast?
Yes, I was living that from the edge.
At what time?
Like
7 a.m.?
But it's not, I
That's
didn't
bold.
drink it at 7 a.m. Like I took sips, of course, but like not like the whole thing. Tampoco así.
So you drink it warm.
No,
That's
yeah.
worse, I think, in my
Yeah.
I think
That's
I'm already
okay.
judging you because you drink Dr. Pepper.
I love Dr.
No.
Pepper.
I'm not
When-
gonna lie.
when
I'm
I'm
starting
nasty.
to
Are
hop
you
on the
serious?
Dr. Pepper
It's so
train.
good.
No way.
You have to
I
get
literally
off
had a
of
Dr. Pepper.
I'm doing no
paper.
sodas this
paper.
year. I'm trying. And a Dr. Pepper just sounds so good all the time.
Dr. Pepper
It's so
is.
I was into Coke.
Yep.
Anyways, back to topic.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll talk about this
How
another
often
time.
did you see drugs?
Actually, I think if maybe once, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But what Gabby said about the 7-Eleven in the corner, I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
Oh,
people
wow.
talking about that.
There'd be kids like smoking, not smoking. Smoking weed wasn't really a thing. It was more vapes for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but like you know of people that do drugs, and then like when you see them just wandering off, and they're like, well, they're probably gonna go hide somewhere and do it. But like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
the thing about FLA is there's cameras everywhere, and like now they're starting to check them more.
Mm-hmm.
So like people are getting caught more, even though it's like it's not that common. Like it's definitely not as common as seeing it in the back of the class. But like there's
Yes.
always like 2 or 3 that you're like, yeah, they're going to go like, or there's people who show up like kind of high to class and they're just sleeping the entire time. You're like, okay, yeah, we all know it's them.
Yeah.
But like it's not like it's not that dramatic. Like it's like once in a blue moon, I guess.
Okay.
What
No,
about,
there'd be
okay,
kids
wait, I
coming
have
to
more
class,
questions
like,
because
with
now
red
I'm
eyes.
like, there's so many different things that people might not want to put their kids in public school for.
Yeah.
What about, I forgot the word for it, when kids are like making out. What's it called?
PDA.
PDA. How much PDA did you see? Because
And
I
ours?
heard, for us, it was like kissing. And like, it would be like,
Listen,
oh my God,
There'd
we
be,
went to
I
kiss
remember like a couple times where I'd see a couple, like a girl would be sitting on the guy's lap.
in class.
Like, not in class.
oh, I was like, that's
but,
crazy.
like outside when it was like,
oh, so that's like full on.
like full on.
like you know when you're switching classes and stuff,
Yeah.
there'll be like, he'll be sitting down on like the benches, not the benches, like, you know, the little things that'll be on the front of buildings 6, 7, and 8. Like those, like,
It's been a long time since
Yeah.
I don't
high
think
school.
those were
Okay.
buildings when he was in high
back in his
school.
days.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, they would be sitting there, or they'll go to like, you know, they have like the stairs and for the bus ramps,
Okay.
like back in the back of the school.
All right.
They'd be there, they'd be sitting, and they'd be like making out, and you would like just have to
Ooh.
awkwardly walk past, just going
Really?
to your class. But yeah,
In my 4 years of high school, I saw 2 people making out. One like in around
I
the
saw
flagpole.
him too.
Oh no! And then there was a friend of ours. Actually, she was making out with this guy, and we ran to the bathroom. It was our freshman year. I remember we ran to the bathroom. We were like, ah.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was really funny. And then another time, I think this couple got suspended or like,
Oh, I have stories.
they walked into they caught them in the bathroom together.
Okay.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
wow.
So no one
crazy.
I haven't seen anybody, but I've heard stories of people like doing stuff in the parking lot.
gross.
Or
actually,
or
yeah,
there's
we
a
didn't have
there
one of
was because they broke up. There was an infamous couple that every morning at 7:45, like when people are getting to school, like parents are at
those. We had
school,
one of those.
they were making out right by the vending machines.
Oh, gross.
And like
There's
everybody,
cameras there.
yes, yeah, but they were
Ew.
like, I never saw them because I never went that way to
Because
school.
goes late to school every day.
No, but I didn't go that way.
Uh,
But like apparently they were like, it looked like they were eating each other.
Ew, that's
Ew.
disgusting.
In the middle
And they're
of
doing
like
it wrong.
oh.
Okay.
No, but yeah, like in the middle of like not in the middle of campus, but like in the most visible spot.
Yeah, no.
And like there's
literally.
been
At
a
least
lot
be
of people.
slick about it.
There's
Goodness.
people who've gotten in trouble
Speaking
where
from
like
experience.
Oh.
No.
there's teachers that like will tell you like separate,
Okay.
but like obviously that was way too early in the morning. But there has been people who gotten in trouble because of being caught on campus, which
That's crazy.
Which is
You
dumb.
anything? No,
Not
don't
much.
remember.
I mean, no. Damn it. No, I do remember, like, you know, I'd see people holding hands, kiss. But I
Yeah.
found that, like, after a while, it was normal. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe not full on, like,
Making
make out session, you know what I mean? But just a normal
You get
kiss, it
used
was
to it.
fine.
Yeah.
You know, people, you know, like saying,
It's
oh, bye,
normal, yeah,
after
yeah.
they dropped them off at class, a little kiss. I mean, I thought it was fine.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
happened to us. Like
there's, like,
that we
there's
had
a
that too in, like
difference.
the
It's a
And
different
then-
level
yeah.
of, like,
Yeah, it's
tolerance
not like
or whatever.
fully
Yeah.
making out.
Mhm.
I do want to preface this by saying, like, obviously, there's like gonna be things that happen at any school.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
not
Or
like
any
public school or
place in
public school.
general.
Because I think we've both just said like things that happen in both, and like
Yeah.
there's scandals in both, and there's like teachers
But I think
going
it's
wild.
like since it's an Adventist like education, it's more like, oh my gosh, they're doing it there.
Yeah, it's more
Well,
a
it's like,
shock.
No,
like
I
us
think
in
so.
it, not really, but people who are outside of it,
Yeah.
and they're not really like either Adventist or they just
well,
are
I
out
don't know
of
if
it,
that
they're like,
has
oh my
to do with
gosh.
Adventism necessarily. I think that has to do with anyone in general. You know what I mean?
Like,
I think it's
no,
the
because
label.
it's like the stigma, the label
they
around
label
like a
Advent-
Christian
yeah.
school. It's like,
Okay.
oh my gosh,
Okay, I
like
can
they're
see
doing
that.
that there.
I-
Like, they're supposed to be this and that.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
you. Like, there's like a label or like a stigma to like not even just Adventist but Christian schools that nothing is allowed. Like this and that.
They're strict.
The skirts are longer than like your legs or something. Like there's this stigma where like in a way like it's not true. Like, and if
It's
it's
not.
you're
If you're
only
not in
putting
it,
your kid in
you don't know.
Adventist school because they're not going to see drugs or they're not going to see people making it like that's not true because
Yeah.
it's going to happen everywhere
will.
regardless.
Yeah.
Is it less and not as accepted? That is true. Like obviously you will get more in trouble. Like even if a rumor that you're doing drugs at school is
They will get you to the principal's
if
office.
they gets brought to
there's
admin,
more
you get called
protection, a
in.
little bit.
There's more protection,
Maybe it's
and
because it's
there's
a
more-
smaller school. Maybe it
That
doesn't
is
have
also-
to do
that
with
does
like
play into
Adventism.
What do you mean by more protection?
Well, I'm talking about like cyberbullying. I
That
had a
is
couple
true.
friends that got
Really?
suspended for being cyberbullied.
There's
You
a
know,
lot
like,
more.
they were
Like
more
there's
on
more
top of it.
careful.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
They're more also they're more careful over their image. I think.
That's
Mhm.
But that might be because it's a private school
That is true.
and not necessarily have to do with Adventism.
So you're
as a
saying
whole,
that they're
you know what I'm saying?
more worried about
No,
their
but
image
I think
than
that
the
still goes
actual
hand in hand with
Adventism?
it being
I think
Christian
Not
I
school.
think it does,
necessarily.
but I'm just saying like some of my friends got in trouble for like things that it was cyberbullying, but like it was cyberbullying.
They couldn't take a joke.
literally, it was a joke.
I think.
I don't
like
know.
you were saying. What'd you say? Like 2 seconds ago.
Like, so is it more like the school is more focused on their image instead for like instilling the Adventist?
I think.
Well,
here. Okay. Here's-
Algorithm,
I
but,
think-
like education.
Yes and no in a way. So I feel like as a current student, sometimes it feels like all they care about is like making sure our dress is code and this and that, but they don't care about like students, like the actual students.
Mm-hmm.
But in a way, like I understand because whether or not like you're a private school and you're under the name of Adventist, so you're supposed to be like representing Adventism, and you don't want to like show like a terrible face. Like
Yeah.
you still want to kind of preserve your image and teach people that like this is not what Jesus would do.
No,
type
yeah,
of thing.
no, because you said like if it's Adventism or like they're trying to protect their image. I don't think they're shoving Adventism down your throat.
They're not.
I don't think so because I had friends that went to FLA and they were not atheists, but they weren't
I had one
Adventist
too
and they
when
were
I
like
was in
okay with
FLA.
that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And they,
She
I
got
don't think they
baptized.
like. I don't think they like shoved it down your throat necessarily. I do think like they start the class with a prayer. However, maybe you'll tell me different. But if I went back to FLA because it was a smaller school and I saw some of the teachers that I had many years ago, a couple years ago, they would still recognize me and they would still call some of my teachers call
You know-
Keilyn by her name. So I
Yeah.
don't know if that happens
They
in like
know me.
Brantley because there's so many students.
Yeah.
And again,
Yeah.
that might
They
not have
know.
to be with Adventism, or maybe it's because
Just
they
'cause
have a
it's a
little bit
smaller
more
school.
of like, smaller school and it's like more private. But some of my teachers will like call Keilyn my name or
Yeah.
be like, "Oh my God, you're a Meilyn sister." And
They
I'd be
knew
like,
me
yeah.
as Meilyn sister before they knew me as a student. Like,
yeah, so like I don't know, maybe I mean, I don't know.
I think that's
It's like a lot of factors.
Yeah,
that comes
I
into
think
that.
so.
A lot of.
I think that's one of
factors.
the biggest things that I like about like a Adventist and the smaller school. Because if I were to like, because obviously like being on online school, you had to like text your teacher and like set up a call. If I were, I still have their numbers. If I were to text them, they'd be like, "Who is this? Like, why are you
really?
texting me?"
Yeah.
Wrong
But
number.
like I know there's teachers from my kindergarten teacher. I saw her at Walmart the other day. She instantly recognized me before I recognized her. And she like came up to
Yeah.
me. She was like, "Oh my gosh, like I'm so happy to see you. Like how are you?" Bringing up memories from kindergarten that I don't even remember. Like I don't think you get that in a public school setting.
Okay.
And that lady is old. Like
Well, and also,
Keilyn.
I know she is old. Like she retired quite a few. Like I think it's a perk that like there's a much more connection and more like
More of a
personalization with your teachers. And I don't know. It probably is because it's just a smaller school. But I think I'm glad that I got that out of like this Adventist like small school education over like this bigger school.
So let's get to the deep stuff. You have kids. Are you putting them in Adventist school? Yes or no? Why not? Why yes? Straight to
I was
it.
gonna say no because of the money, but I know I'm gonna be well off by the time I have kids.
Gonna be a
You gotta
billionaire.
manifest
Yeah,
it a little bit.
Exactly, because I'm not gonna say the word. I'd be wronged if I were to have
could've
kids and not
said
have
it.
money. I be damned. But I don't know. I don't.
Yeah,
Based
I'd
on
I
your
don't know.
experience.
I'd say yes, due to like there was more protection. The teachers were admin in general were more
Yeah,
prevalent into like the kids
Yeah.
and the security and what was going on and the dramas and stuff. I'd say yes on that, but education wise, I think if they were to grow older, like more middle school, high school for sure, I'd either take them out.
Okay.
Or it really depends on them because I honestly don't know how they're
Yeah,
gonna be,
yeah.
like their character and stuff like
But
that.
like in general.
In general, I would take them out just so I know that they're gonna have a good like education, not in like the more academics
yeah,
and
and
like
academically like rigorous.
and have more opportunities for them.
I
Okay.
have a point to combat that actually. One of my close friends literally tonight got accepted to UF
That's crazy.
Oh,
from an
wow.
Adventist education. Like since she
Oh.
was like she's been in Adventist school like all of high school into middle
Mhm.
school, and so in a way I see like, and it's hard to get into UF like just straight on, and she got
Yeah.
accepted into like an honors program at UF.
Oh, that's good.
That is difficult, and like I understand where you're coming from. Where like at a public school you get opportunities, but if you put your mind to it, no matter
Yeah,
where you
that
are,
is true.
That's what I was
there's
gonna
gonna
say.
be no
That's
borders.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Because I know people that like they were gonna do the same thing whether they were in private school
Yeah.
or public
Yeah.
school. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If a person's gonna succeed, I think it depends on your child eventually. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I do see that like you have more opportunities. I think sometimes
Mhm.
in the secular world, like in like
Yeah.
to further their education, they have more opportunities. I think.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to like church things, obviously, if you go to a Adventist school,
Yeah.
you're gonna have more opportunities in that side. If
yeah,
that makes
Adventist
sense.
college.
No, when you
Well,
say
no,
when
I
you
don't
say
mean that.
secular world,
No, I
what
don't
do
mean-
you-
I don't
what do you mean?
actually-
No, because
I don't know. No, that's a joke.
Like-
Like I hate the word
I
secular.
hate that word too.
I hate
Yeah.
the word
But
secular. But
no.
I mean, like in the outer world, like in the real world,
yeah,
I think if you go to a public school and you put what you like, you know, te pone
your
para las
mind to it.
cosas,
Yeah.
you know, and like you actually like excel, I think it helps you advance so much more,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
But I think if you didn't have that mindset in a Adventist school, like whether you made that transition or whether like you know what I mean, like my mental state is gonna stay the same whether
Yeah.
I'm here or there.
mm-hmm.
It depends on the kid, I think.
It depends on
if you're
who
talking about
you
like
are.
furthering their education, I think that's my point. But to each their own, you know, because I know some people that went to Adventist school their entire life, and they're some of the smartest people I know, and they're doing very well in life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there's also people that, you know, I have friends that went to
Yeah.
rehab and like 2 to 3 times, and they went to
It
Adventist school
depends
too.
on the person.
It depends
It
on the
depends,
person,
yeah.
I think.
It does depend on
But
the person.
what do you
I'll
think?
tell you what I think, and it
Tell us,
goes back
give
to
us-
what I will not send my kids to
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Adventist school.
Okay,
One, apart from the fact that I think it's expensive,
it is.
Okay, yeah.
and
it
I'm not even
definitely is.
okay. And I'll briefly get into how it's. I think sometimes crazy, even though despite the financial assistance that they can give people, I think it's crazy how expensive it is
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
someone who's really poor
Yeah.
who wants to give
Yeah.
their kid an education. It's
Yeah.
it's
Depends
not
on the
affordable.
school.
Depends on the school. Okay,
Because
Yeah.
you could
But
go to a
generally-
lesser,
generally-
you know? Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Generally, it's gonna be a lot of your money.
FLA alone, like their tuition straight off the bat is like
insane.
16,000
That is
Exactly.
insane.
So
without help.
the practical side of me and the logical side of me says they're going to a public school, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Also, not only because of those reasons, but also I think, I don't know about you, Gabby, but I felt that when I went from Adventist middle school to, I don't want to say secular. I just
Public.
I just say
public.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
public high school. I felt like the world got so much bigger.
Yes.
Okay.
It
Okay.
did.
Because I felt like I was in the same church
Mhm.
with the same
Yeah.
kids I had gone to third grade with, and I was expected if I got to FLA to be with them for another 4 years. and
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
And I'm
Mm.
telling
Gotta
you,
disagree there.
and I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
go ahead, go
I'm
ahead.
telling you, when I went to high school, there was thousands of kids.
Yeah, no, I feel
Thousands.
Yeah.
I felt like even
yeah.
though it was like a lot of kids, I was like I was me. Like I knew
Yeah.
it was
Exactly.
me.
Okay.
I feel
I-
like
I get
that's
that.
why I
I
like
get
what you
that.
said. I felt like that's when I hit reality.
Mhm.
Okay.
When I went to the public school,
The real world.
that was the real
Yeah.
world, not the bubble like cushion world that I was in the
But
Adventist
wouldn't you want your
world.
kids to be in a
No, no,
cushioned world
Yeah,
for a little
no,
bit? You know
that's
what I
the
mean?
thing.
Because
I
eventually they're gonna have
disagree.
to face it.
Exactly. I felt like
Yeah, but you guys faced it at a later
No,
age.
no.
So
No.
Not.
Yeah,
like
No.
even then, I still had time to like adjust and know. And I also was in church.
So you're saying
I
me
still
and
had that.
Kaylyn are
We haven't
not in
hit
the
the
real
bubble?
world. Wow.
We haven't burst the bubble.
We're gonna have to end
I'm
this
not
here.
gonna lie, Kaylyn, you haven't. You
No,
haven't.
I don't think Kaylyn has.
I'll agree
You
with
don't
you.
have-
I
yeah.
haven't. I
Yeah.
really haven't. And like the only taste I had was a screen. That's
No, that
that's
doesn't
as
count.
far as I got,
think-
and I don't count that.
But
But
Kaylyn,
I'm not saying like it's a
I
bad
don't know if
thing. It's
counts.
just like
well,
you're gonna
'cause-
face it
well,
eventually.
okay, I did face
you're gonna
it
be
when I
prepared
hit
for it.
college. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because
Yeah.
again, thousands more students than there was at
Yeah.
like Brantley. You know, you know. But I'm not mad that I went to Adventist school. Not that I'm like saying like, oh, you know.
Yeah.
But like I think I made some really good friendships. I was able to learn a lot about myself, and I
Yeah.
think that because I had that cushion, I was able to like try new things without being afraid. If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Okay.
Only because I had that cushion around me. That again, just my opinion.
No, I
You
feel
know?
like for me, like since I didn't really have that cushion in high school, it kind of prepared me for the reality hitting me in high school.
Okay.
Prepared me for what was to come, and like and for it opened my shell a bit more. Because even though now I'm more like what's it called? It starts to the E. Like
Educated.
no.
I don't know.
Like you're more outspoken, more like
Eloquent.
no.
Oh,
like,
extroverted.
extroverted.
Oh.
There you go. I'm like I like brain farted. Like I wasn't as
always
extroverted,
been this way.
but not as
Gabby.
much.
Yeah,
middle
Gabby.
school.
No. I see
High
where you're
school
coming
changed
from.
me.
No. I'm not
no,
saying like
I
it literally changed me. But like
I see where you're
I've
coming
had
from.
my friends for like my friends in
No, I agree. It
It
Adventist
forces
school.
you to branch out.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
branched
No,
out
because
even
I feel the
more.
same way once I hit college when I had to put myself out there, when
Exactly.
I had to do
Yeah, and
presentations.
it wasn't that scary.
I've become a little bit more extroverted too.
Yeah.
So
I
I agree.
Okay, but I guess this is like I'm getting looked at because
That's okay.
Huh.
I haven't hit. I will admit I haven't hit the real
You're still
world.
a child. It's
I
okay.
Yeah. Oh my
How
God,
old are
we're
you?
Old.
Old enough.
Exactly.
Old enough.
Anyways, so I think I don't. It depends on my kid if I'm gonna send them to
Mhm.
an Adventist school. I think the good thing about Adventist education is that it taught me things that like I don't think you would get out. Like it teaches, and I know you're gonna say something.
No.
But
'cause
it
I'm
teaches
thinking-
you-
Sorry, real quick.
Go ahead.
I can already see that you're like so pro Adventist education.
No.
And
No,
just
trust
because
me.
I like being a debater, I want to be anti-Adventist.
And
education.
I'm all for it because
Okay.
I don't know if I would send my kid to like
Public.
Adventist education. I don't
Oh,
know if
never.
I
Yeah.
would
Mhm.
because it's you're surrounded by the same people from kindergarten to 8th grade, and then if you continue at that same school, you're gonna be with them until high school.
Well,
and if you go to if you go to Adventist college, you're gonna be with them in like it's the same people.
Okay, but that's also a pro.
But it's
because
also a pro.
what friends do you hang out with? The ones you met in Adventist college or church, or the ones you
do
met
you
in
have
public
any?
school?
Do you
No,
have
no.
any friends from public school?
To
Still?
be honest,
I do.
High school?
Okay,
No one
the
asked
question
you.
wasn't to
Okay,
you.
to be honest, in high school, I made some friends, but like I never made close friends.
Okay,
That
that wasn't the question.
Wait a second.
I'm
Wait a
just
second.
kidding.
No,
Go
I
ahead,
didn't.
go
I
ahead,
didn't
go
make
ahead.
many friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the friends that I still have friends are either the ones I grew up with church with, not the ones I went to school with.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't talk to the people who went to. Wait, I don't talk to people who went to my same.
Pause.
Sorry.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't talk
yeah.
to people who went to my same school
Uh-huh.
because I haven't seen them in forever, right?
Uh-huh.
And I see them every once in a while, but we say hi or whatever. But they're still friends with their church friends who happen to have gone to the same school.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So it's more like they're still friends because they went to the same church,
Okay.
not because they went to the same
I
school.
qualify that as Adventist, though. you
Yeah.
know what
I don't because no,
No, I
I
get
don't
it.
because
Different.
And I
think
get
that's
it.
the point
I
I'm
have
talking
my
about.
I have my church friends. I have my
I have
Adventist
my-
school
I have-
friends, and
Yeah.
I have my acquaintances that you see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
my closest friend, I didn't grow up with her. I met her in high school. One of my
Okay.
closest friends. So I like Adventist education. Yeah, sure, it brought us together, but we got close because we were both struggling in honors chemistry. That's how we
Okay.
got close.
Okay.
I think in Advent
Sorry, I'm just
We
trying
both
to.
suck at chemistry.
no, we were
See, she would have been bad at public school too.
exactly.
That's crazy.
I don't think public or private school, it doesn't change you. The only thing like what changes you is yourself and like what you allow to change you, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And whether you go to an Adventist school, like we were saying earlier, if you're going there for the academics, okay, like it's like whether whether you're
You still have your
gonna be.
morals. You still have your
you still have
stuff.
your
You
morals.
go to church.
It goes
still.
back.
You
Wait a
can,
second,
if
wait a
you
second.
put your mind to it, you can still excel. And I also think, hold on, before you
no.
say your point,
You
I also
can
think
kinda
like it's not about like Jesus, because you can still be religious in
Yeah,
a
of course.
in a public school.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
not,
Yeah.
And you
it's
can
not
also be not religious in a
exactly. I
yeah.
have Catholic friends that go to FLA currently, like
Mm-hmm.
right now. I just think what I personally liked about a smaller like private school education is the personalization that you get with teachers and friends. I don't think you get that at a public school. From what I've heard and the experiences that I've heard,
It
depends.
on the
It depends.
teacher.
It
and
depends on the
how
teacher.
involved you want to be in the school itself.
I think it goes
True.
back to what parents are teaching their kids at home, how well they
yeah.
instill it,
That's
how
what I was
well
gonna
they
say.
go to church.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
That
say.
yes. So
I-
Yeah.
no,
It starts-
No.
we gotta.
I was just saying real
Okay,
quick.
okay,
We're gonna
okay.
end
It's
now?
funny.
Well, we gotta start, wrapping her up.
I just want to say something real quick. It's I
Go ahead,
found
go ahead.
funny. I have a friend that I have three of my best friends. One of them I met through church, and I have gone to school with her. The other one I've met through Adventist school, and I've also gone to public school with her. And the other one I met in public school, and we're still all friends, close friends to this day. At least with me.
I think at the end of the day, you could get the same, like you can get the same things out of an Adventist school from a public school. Like you can get the same
Yeah,
things
yeah.
out.
it really depends
It,
on the
it
morals.
just depends
Wait, what
on
were you
you
gonna
as
say?
a
No,
person.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. Well, first, it sounded like I made no friends in high school. But
Yeah,
I
it's
did-
okay.
No, but I did
It's
make
okay.
friends.
We
What I
know you're a
for- what I
twin. You
didn't
know,
mention-
twins don't really
No,
branch
exactly.
out.
Yeah,
What
they
I,
just, like,
I
stuck with
forgot
each
to
other.
mention,
Just-
I'm a twin, right?
They like to talk to
So
themselves.
my best friend went to school with me with my brother, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But apart from that, but also like I had like three or four people that also were friends with me from church, and they
Yeah.
went to high school with me. So I would always hang out with them.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
There was
it
really
made
no
difference
need, exactly.
to
There
make
was no
new
need
work.
to make new friends.
High
Yeah.
school friends.
Exactly.
Again, it always falls back to what you value
what you
and what your
teach
morals
your
are.
kid,
What you
because-
teach, because like we said, we have atheist friends that go to Adventist school. Like it all depends on what you start at the home, and then you
No.
and then you allow other education in.
I'll tell you another thing that I think, at least for me, I felt like I learned more about Adventism after I left Adventist education than
feel
at
that.
Adventist
and
education.
I will
Because I
agree.
had left it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
like
Yeah,
you,
no, I get you.
you see a different side to it. And I'm not saying that Adventist education bad. Private school is not bad. I mean, public school is not bad either. Neither of them are bad. It depends on what you want for it just depends on the kid, what you want for your
How
kid,
you wanna
what your
shape
kid
them.
wants,
Yeah.
what
Or, like-
what they need
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
like what
It
do they
is
need
also
as
true.
as a kid.
I always thought that was like a difficult thing to decide. Like
Yeah, it is.
do I really want my kid to go to Adventist school? Like,
Yeah.
and why? You know what I mean? I tell you why. I think if I would like my kid to go to a public school, so not only so they can see the reality of what I think the real world is,
yeah.
but also then at home, which is what a lot of Adventist parents that send their kids didn't do, is I teach them
You gotta
what they're not going to
continue it,
learn
yeah.
in an Adventist
Yeah.
school or in a public school. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think you could learn more at home or teach your kids more
Yeah.
than what you can get anywhere else.
Yeah.
I think.
At the
No,
end
it's
of the
People
day,
went to
them.
school that didn't know anything
No,
about
of
the
course.
Bible.
At the end of
You're
the
like,
day-
they're
They
expecting
didn't.
the school to do their
to do
job.
all the work. Yeah.
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you still have to continue teaching your kid at home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You still even if
after.
they go to church, you still got to continue teaching your kid at home, because the biggest teachers and the biggest examples are the
Are your
parents.
parents.
Yes.
Exactly.
If you're not instilling that in your child to do a daily devotional or to pray or to even like have that like
Yeah.
relationship with God, there's no point in
And you gotta teach them
And-
that it's okay to be
Yes.
different as
Yeah.
well.
Okay, so
Wrap
to
up?
to wrap up,
Okay.
It was a
you
good
say
episode.
say yes or no.
Okay.
Are you sending your kid to Adventist education?
No.
Yes. Yes.
I think yes.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, you're outnumbered.
Gabby.
We win.
I'm sorry. I'm just like yes.
It
Because
depends on the kid.
take
I'm
it
in the
out.
middle.
I think
I'm in the middle, I
Okay,
think.
it depends
Okay.
on the
Yeah.
kid.
I'll
Well,
take it.
Depends on the kid.
Comment down below. Subscribe.
send
Let
your
us
kid?
know.
Vote.
Who do you agree with? Do you agree with the yes? Do you agree with the no? Do you agree with the maybes?
And
the kind of sort of.
and if you do say maybe, then
let us know
why?
why. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you say yes or
And
no,
we'll
tell
talk
us
about
why.
it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Yeah.
it.
Honestly, we
Anyway.
could
We can read
We
comments
could do
too.
Yeah.
a part 2 to this
Let's.
too.
No, we
Yeah.
honestly
There-
could. We could bring on more
Yeah.
people. Bring up parents. I would love to like
Oh.
some
parents'
foreign
point of
parents.
view.
You know, see what they got.
Mhm.
Anyways, we have been your host and co-host for today, whenever time you're watching
Yeah.
this. We just want to say thank you so much again for our 50 subscribers.
Woo!
We love you and
I'm sorry
appreciate
to
you,
eat
and
this.
we hope that by next week we'll have 2,000. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, no need to
I
spend.
wrote for
You never
55.
know.
So let's see. We'll see where we're at.
55?
Hey.
Wow.
We're moving. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget,
God made you special and He loves you very much.
Bye.